Today we talk to Brandon Lambert about making his debut against Jarod Grant at Knucklemania. Coming up next. I am here with my man Brandon Lambert. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. Just taking a break from training, being able to talk to you. I appreciate you giving me the time to be on the show.
Hey, man, I appreciate you taking the time, man. So you're making the debut, the BKFC debut. You're on social media for a while, calling for it. You know, trying to pick your spot. You got it. You got the call. You signed the contract. You versus Jarod Grant, the big Super Bowl card of all shows to make the debut. The big Super Bowl card, headlined by Paige Van Zandt and Bret Hart. I guess let's start, man, with why bare knuckle, man. Like why bare knuckle? Why now?
I just think I was born for this, man. I've been around MMA and kickboxing all my life, and as soon as I came to the bare knuckle event, I think it was BKFC 11 or 10. Like, yeah, this is what I have to do. And I've been to a few of them live. I've been ringside on a few of them, and I just think this is a sport I can dominate, because I'm not an athletic person. I'm not going to be moving around and juking and jiving. I'm a violent person, and that's what bare knuckle's about. I'm not going to be taking a step backwards. I'm going to come through, and I'm going to walk forward, and I'm either going to walk through you or you're going to have to put me down, because I'm coming every second of every round.
And you talked about your background, because you talk about like you got like a Muay Thai background, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I moved to Thailand back, I can't remember the years, when I was like a teenager, and joined a camp in Bangkok, and then I started fighting in Chiang Mai. And I fought, in different villages and different stadiums in Chiang Mai and central Thailand. We had some of the fights were bare knuckle, kind of. You still had some wraps, and they were still around your knuckles. I think it was to the first knuckle. But it wasn't like a whole lot of padding. And it was Lethway rules, except for no headbutts. So, I mean, we could even, if you fell down, we could even soccer kick you. So, I mean, I was brought up into violence, not like street violence or anything, but like I was brought up into these into violent combat sports. So bare knuckle just seemed like the thing that I need to come into. I've had a hiatus out of sports for a long time, building companies and doing things like that. And I just think it's time.
That Lethway shit, man. That's some real man shit right there.
Yeah, that's some Dave LeDuc shit right there.
Yeah. I saw, because they got the Bare Knuckle Kingdom. I'm glad that's going to be on the BKTV app. They're going to do. It's going to be Lethway. It's going to be, just bare knuckle boxing. It's going to be a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I think after this fight, I'm going to ask if I can go to Thailand and fight in one of the Kingdom shows. And then I really want Tyler Goodjohn after this fight. If I can't get Tyler, then I want to go do Lethway.
And how did this fight in particular come about with Jarod? Was it, we were kind of talking about it, but it was just kind of like, here's the guy. Do you want the fight or not?
Yeah. So I've been traveling around, trolling Tyler Goodjohn. I went to England actually to troll him, and everything was shut down. Everything got all fucked up. So I came home early, and December 28th, I got a text from Nate Shook and said, because I was supposed to fight for Toe the Line on December 11th, and then that fell through.
Right.
So then he texted me and said, can you make 135 on February 5th? And immediately in my mind, Tampa, BKFC rolled up in my mind. And I texted him back. I said, I'll make any weight you want me to make. So then a couple days later, I'm pushing for it. And then a couple days later, he gives me a couple names. I tell him whichever one works for me. Then he mentioned Grant again. I said, let's go. And then the reason that I had texted him is I was under the impression that we were waiting for him to sign and then I would sign. So they said that he wanted his signature first. I was like, okay, so that I texted him, because I wanted this fight. I wanted him to be, I didn't give a fuck who they could have. Johnny Bedford could have been on the contract and I would have signed it. He would have stomped me, but I would have still signed it. But so, I text him. And I should have texted him more professionally, like, hey, would you like to fight? But that's not how I do things. Plus, I don't like the kid. So I'm not going to be, if I don't like you, I'm not going to suck your dick just because I'm trying to fight you, trying to get a contract. I don't like him. I know I can put him to sleep. So I asked him if he was ready to be put to sleep, and he took offense to it. And then now he's all over social media crying, acting like I disrespected everybody because I said I was going to knock him out. Well, there's a fucking news flash, fellas. That's how you sell a fight. If you don't go into a fight thinking you're going to knock the other dude out, don't show the fuck up on fight day.
Fair enough, man. Talk about your preparation for it, because I've seen your posts. It looks like you're training hard, busting ass. I saw King Mo in there and a couple others. Talk about who you're training with and what you're doing to get ready for this.
Well, so King Mo is my head coach.
Okay.
I train with him every single day. And then, I'm working with American Top Team coaches. I'm not inside of the gym right now because of the COVID restrictions. We're working outside the gym with some of the coaches and other. I'm working heavy with Coach Gabriel for my boxing. And then, I've got a couple of friends that I'm sparring with and getting prepped for that with, Jordan Young. I'm going to be getting some rounds in with Randy Costa, Mike Davis, Luis Pina. I'm going to have some legit dudes. Like, I've never heard of any of these dudes that Jarod trains with. So he's over here saying that I'm paying these dudes to be my friend. I haven't given these dudes a dime. We sweat and we bleed together. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
What, just out of sheer career, what do a lot of these guys, like King Mo and Luis Pina, and what do they think about this bare knuckle stuff?
I haven't really talked to Luis about what he thinks about bare knuckle in particular. I know that he's interested in it. Mo is interested in it also. This is like to be honest, man, Mo would be a really good bare knuckle coach. He knows a lot of old school tricks, a lot of boxing. I know he's known as a wrestler, but the dude is an encyclopedia on anything sports combat related. He's excited, man. He's excited to go in there, and he's been to he's been to events before. I believe it will be his first bare knuckle BKFC event, but he's been there before, and he's excited to see what's going on. He's trying to get in there too. You might see him fight in 2021, maybe 22.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, we're working on it.
That'd be pretty interesting. What's as far as because like you said, you've been around the MMA game and obviously the Muay Thai game. Was there any? I don't know. Is there anything specifically you're doing to train for bare knuckle? Specifically, is there anything that's different? Versus training other than the obvious. Obviously there's no. You're not worried about grappling or rolling around or nothing like that.
Yeah.
What are you doing specifically to train for bare knuckle?
Well, to be 100% honest, so I come from a Muay Thai background, so I'm just now learning that sweet science of boxing. So I'm learning to distribute my weight a lot differently, move a lot differently, because in Muay Thai, you're keeping your front leg light, and you have to keep that fucker planted. And I'm having some issues with remembering that I can't do knees in the clinch. Things like that. So we're working on a lot of mental stuff. It's more mental than anything. I know how to fight. I've been fighting all my life. It's just mentally preparing for what I can and can't do inside of there. So yeah, it's been a lot of mental preparation.
It's funny you say that, 'cause I was talking to Brad Kelly. He fought at the last card.
Yep.
And he was talking about how like his just natural instinct, because he's an MMA guy, was he wanted to go for a damn double leg or something.
And you watched him almost go for it a couple times.
Yeah. I've seen a couple people do that. Just sheer fucking instinct. I guess he got popped, and his immediate thought was, "Oh shit, takedown."
Yep.
Let's get this to the ground.
Well, another person that I train with is Jamie Driver, and we were doing some hand fighting and some grappling, standing grappling things, and we were both throwing knees, and we're like, shit, we can't do this. So it's it's a lot of different things that you got to think about. You got to think about the rule set. You got to think about where you're at. There's a lot of things other than just going in there and throwing hands and seeing if you can put somebody down. Like this is a job like any other thing, man. There's a lot of components that you have to put in place.
What do you think is the biggest difference in terms of, you know, just the fight. Say the biggest difference between MMA and bare knuckle, because I know when I first started watching BKFC specifically, was to me the fucking pace, man. The 2-minute rounds, like you don't have time to feel the opponent out, because by the time you're feeling the guy out, the fight's over.
Yep.
You know that the 10 minutes is over. So, you know, what is the biggest difference for you in terms of that?
I mean, I like the way that it forces the action. And I also like the way, like with MMA, you're throwing everything just wildly. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people, they're just throwing with everything they have wild, because they know they have gloves on, and they're saying, okay, I'm not going to be able to break my hands. What I like about bare knuckle is the precision, the preciseness. You have to pick your shots, you have to aim your shots, and you have to know with what force you can hit with, because you can't hit the person in the forehead with the same amount of pressure that you're going to hit them in the jaw with. You can't hit them in the chin with the same amount of pressure you're going to hit them in the body with. So you have to gauge that and know that, and that's one of the big mental tasks.
And I guess since I got you, and I know you've talked about it on social media, let's go back in time a little bit to, you mentioned you'd like to fight Tyler Goodjohn after this.
Yeah.
What'd you think about his fight with Felony?
I thought Felony won that fight. Okay. At best, or I think Felony won that fight, but it should at least been a draw. That slip that they got, like I posted that clip.
Yeah.
Tyler got hit and got spun around. I'm not saying that it would have dropped him if he wasn't moving forward.
Right.
But it did drop him. He did get dropped by a punch, so that should have been counted for Bennett. Pure boxers need to learn that bare knuckle is not boxing. You come in there with that juke and head movement, I'm going to take your fucking head off. And that's what Tyler does. Tyler likes to dance and run around inside the ring. He's never fought anybody that's going to cut him off and blast his head when he tries to duck down and do that dancing stuff. And that's what the only thing that Grant has is he comes rushing in and throws those 1-2s, 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 and he comes in straight like a bull. But people are backing up on that. He's going to run into a Mack truck when he does that shit to me. I'm not.
So how does it go down? February 5th, you and Jarod Grant.
We're gonna toe that line. I'm gonna stand right there, and if he runs from me, I'm gonna march him down into the corner. I'm gonna beat the holy dog shit out of him. If he stands there and bangs, I'm gonna put him to sleep in front of everybody that came to watch him fight. I will knock out Jarod Grant before the time limit, and I will have my first bare knuckle debut a success. I will have me a medal, and then I'm gonna call out Tyler Goodjohn after that.
My man. Buddy, well, I appreciate your time, man. Any quick shout outs or anything, sponsors, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, as always, I want to shout out King Mo for being in my corner and guiding me through this. He helped me, battle back from a deep depression, from stuff that's going on in my personal life. And shout out to all the sponsors that give me support on it. Rep Sports, Bump Box that just came on board. They sent me a boom box today, which is kick ass. Black Beverages, Black Water, check them out. They're awesome. The Dice Team TDT from Japan. And big shout out to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships for giving me this opportunity, especially, Mr. Nate Shook and David Feldman. I appreciate it very much, guys.
100%, brother. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I look forward to it. I can't wait to see you get in there to the line, man. Guys, Brandon Lambert going against Jarod Grant February 5th, Knucklemania. That's what I fucking love that. I fucking love it.
I know.
I fucking love it.
As soon as he announced it, I was like, I have to be on this card. I have to be on this card. And something told me, I don't know what it was, but something told me just keep pushing for it. And like I knew deep in my gut that this was I didn't think that I was gonna be fighting on Knucklemania. Like this is crazy. I can't wait to see the rest of the cards that kind of, if they're gonna have this card to start the year, I can't wait to see the rest of them. But yeah, this is insane. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. This
100%, man.
This is a 100% hold my beer moment.
I would say that's pretty accurate. That's about as accurate as you can get. Well, my friend, like I said, we appreciate your time so much, my friend, and good luck to you, buddy. And we'll see you in Florida. We'll be down there live coverage, so we'll see you there.
Later,
All right,
boss.
brother. Take care, man.